So I'm Richard Brown. I am one of the directors of BEASTro Unlimited. We have a small restaurant in Spinningfields in Manchester. I would say that we are a group of passionate individuals, passionate about food, good living, and we create awesome dishes with as locally sourced produce as possible, with quite a focus on the meat side of the business. I think what separates us from the competition has to be our passion for the product and sourcing. With sourcing every single ingredient, that we're very passionate about making sure that we get the best quality we can possibly get. There's three of us in the business, and my two business partners are third generation butchers, slaughtermen. So they are just amazing at sourcing some of the best meat in the local area, getting beef, pork and chicken from all over, but sourcing the best we possibly can. We're working closely with local suppliers to make sure that we are getting whatever's in season as much as possible. And of course, there's dishes that necessarily might not be seasonal, but then as much as possible we are using, like I say, the Manchester Veg people are one of our suppliers, as well as Noons, getting fresh veg every day from Spinningfields Market. I think the highlight of us as a company is our growth, really. I mean, we started together 3 years ago now as a small street food operator, literally trading on Manchester markets and events and pop-up things and all that kind of jazz. And then as we've grown, we've had loads of different opportunities up until being part of the Kitchens in Spinningfields, which was a start-up competition incubating 6 street food traders to have the opportunity to start up over a period of 12 months, giving us bricks and mortar and a roof over our heads. We were very, very, very lucky to be the winners of that competition as of August, and I suppose that's got to be our biggest highlight, was actually being told that we'd won the competition and being given a permanent space in Spinningfields. Yeah, we've done the scary thing of signing a very long lease, and now let the games begin. Passion and love for absolutely every single thing you do. If you don't love what you're doing, why bother doing it? You might as well go and get a job working for somebody else. I think if you're going to do your own thing and you're going to be entrepreneurial and go out there and get it, you might as well you have to be passionate about what you do, because there's nobody telling you have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go and make bacon butties or whatever it might be in everybody else's industries. There's nobody to kick you out of bed. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to make sure that every single day you hit the ground running and you love what you do. So yeah, with everything, it's passion and love. Okay, I think Manchester's, especially in the last few years, I mean, I'm a Manc myself. I'm very, very proud of it, and I think, you know, as a city, we've kind of shown that we are out there and we are innovating, and, you know, to obviously look at what we did, obviously with the Industrial Revolution, we always reflect upon that, but actually we're creating a new revolution now. We've got so many passionate people in so many different industries, no matter whether it be food, fashion, you know, technology. I mean, we're in Spinningfields with one of the most technologically advanced buildings, the XYZ building being built just across the road from us, and it's just incredible to see Manchester and how it's grown. I was away for 7 years through travelling and working and university, and to come back and see basically a brand new city, and I think everybody is getting on board with that now, especially from an enterprise and an entrepreneurial point of view. People are really getting behind Manchester, and it is becoming the second city. You never know, we might become the first city, you never know. But no, I think that is what makes Manchester very, very exciting to be in. Local companies, I mean, within our own industry, I mean, we've got so many fantastic other restaurants that are within the city. I mean, just around us alone, there's always new things opening constantly. One of my favourite sort of local places to go and eat is Mai Tai on John Dalton Street. I think the guys behind that are doing an amazing job of growing an incredible business, really, and do some really interesting things. The boys at Grindsmith do a great job, and they're growing throughout the city as well. Local lads that have, you know, taken an opportunity to open numerous different places, and obviously our sort of friends from the kitchen, the hip hop chip shop, who have just launched at Cosmonaut, and they're doing pub takeovers and taking over the whole restaurant space there now, and doing an incredible job of extending the menu and doing some really interesting things. So for me, those are the really interesting people in food in Manchester. There's also lots of other people doing incredible things as well throughout the city. I think it is every corner you see new and interesting innovative ideas. who is an influential business person? I would like to say that one of our closest friends to the business, Mike Ignall from Allied London, he is a good friend of our business. Obviously, he's given us the platform and the opportunity to go from street food traders to having an actual restaurant space. So I feel that what he's doing in his vision for Allied London and the properties they're taking over, the London Road Fire Station, XYZ and St John's projects are all just incredible projects that have got Manchester very excited, and I'm excited to see what else he has to offer. Having those people, him and also Chris Ray, who is his estate manager for Spinningfields. I think some really interesting people, but there's just so many. There's too many to really answer. You've got small businesses that have got incredible people behind them. One of our very good friends, Chris Townsend, has just started his own digital marketing agency as part of Invasion. They're doing an incredible job of actually promoting and marketing us as a business as well, and giving us opportunities that we wouldn't be able to afford if we were sort of having to go to the big boys. So yeah, I think some really interesting people in and around Manchester. I think my biggest piece of advice was don't be scared of doing it. To kind of term, screw it, just do it. And I think it's very, very true. Especially when I was first starting up, prior to me meeting my two business partners, I was going to a lot of these startup seminars, business startup programs, doing these online courses, all sorts of things. And they're great, and they're very, very important to have a plan and an idea. But don't be scared of actually starting it. Don't be in fear of going, oh God, do I need to get that, and do I need to get that, and do I need to get that sorted? Just give it a go. At the end of the day, nobody's going to blame you for trying. As long as you've got whatever insurances or paperwork or documentation you need to start it, give it a go. The worst that can happen is that you have to alter what you're doing and try again. The main benefit of working in Manchester than most cities, and I mean obviously we always look to, I tend to find people look to London as the other city to sort of reflect upon of what they do. And I think the biggest benefit of working in Manchester is the fact that it's small. It's much smaller than these, than obviously the capital, and by that it means that you've got access to so many more minds, so many more brains, so many more ideas, and so many other people's opinions. But you've got access to them a lot quicker than you would say if you were in London. We get feedback on things very, very quickly, especially from our clientele and our customers. But I can also access some fairly interesting and influential people very, very quickly, and ask their opinion as well. Within hospitality, a good friend of ours is Tom Hetherington, who organises the Northern Restaurant and Bar Show. I can pick up a phone to him and say, I've got this great idea, what do you think of it, and get feedback straight away. Somebody of his influence in London, you'd be going through 4 or 5 other people to be able to get to them. So I think that's an incredible thing about Manchester is its size. Size matters when it comes to business, and I think yes, okay, if you're trying to grow on a global platform, there's obviously benefits to being in London, but I think especially for our industry and for our business, it's fantastic to have everybody so close. So from an eating point of view, I think the guys at Squidding are doing an incredible job. I was lucky enough to try their 5-course menu when they were first launching, and the stuff they're doing over there from an independent point of view is absolutely incredible. It's so reasonably priced, but then also with the quality of service and the whole experience they have on offer is absolutely incredible. I would also like to put a shout out there as well for the guys at Rudy's Pizza, because what they do is also incredible. I would say is another one of my favourite places to eat, but it's a little bit more casual, a little bit more less fine dining, more casual dining, but they do an absolutely incredible job, the guys there. And I think from a drinking point of view, I'm quite simple when it comes to drinking. I just like a nice environment. So for me, the bar at El Cap de Negra is a fantastic experience. The guys treat everybody like a king, and for me, I'm in heaven when I've got a nice glass of red and a beautiful meat platter, and they do that really well. For me, Manchester's an incredible place to be. We are very, very lucky to be surrounded by some incredible people, and I just want to see more and more people doing their own thing. Having independence in the city, I think, is exactly where we should be going, and having more people, packing in their day job and doing what makes them happy, because there's nothing better than going to a place where you can see whether it's an office-based space or a restaurant or a bar or a creative space like an art gallery where you see people that really, really love what they do. And I hope anyone that joins us at BEASTro see that from us. Thank you for watching. I'm Richard Brown from BEASTro in Manchester, and this was Huddled.